And good evening, Tio and Old Man. How you doing tonight? Samir, how you doing tonight, man? Samir, we appreciate you. We appreciate the fact that you love this show. Thank you. And Samir, I'm doing fantastic on this end. I really hope you're having a great day yourself. And Nathan, Terry, and Jason, how are you guys doing tonight? Well, old man, if you're gonna go get wasted for me too. I have to go in and do the fiat mining tomorrow. And Robbie, how you doing tonight, man? And as always, guys, you guys can drop your questions in chat and we will get them answered. It is an AMA tonight as well. And hello, Chris King.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome to the Podocasts, the live scene, the live edition. Thank you very much. The Podcast is your home for rational crypto news and objectivity, leaving emotion at the door and talking about what we like, why we like it, and where we see it going. We are not offering financial advice. Don't even ask. We are telling you what we do, and that is all. We don't slow down. We don't let up. Full speed is our only speed. I am your host, Scott, or should I say weird, creepy-looking, balding old man with the glasses. That's me. Pragmatic investor who has won and lost fortunes, and joining me as always is the greatest producer of all time, Belle. How are we doing tonight, Belle?
Yeah, that comment. You're not bald. I mean, come on, guys.
I'm trying to tell him. I shave my head. All right, it's a lifestyle choice. Here at the podcast, we have a tendency to talk about what others are not talking about and bringing the focus on to use case cryptos because, as we know, these are what drive the market and bring innovation to a world that desperately needs it. The status quo is no longer acceptable, and it's time for a technological revolution. Welcome to crypto, and welcome to the podcast. Thank you. And I see that I left the chat comments on here, guys. Let me see if I can figure out how to turn those off. I don't need the chat box now because I got Bell. So I had a whole different thing I was going to talk about tonight, but I thought I'd start it right here. So somebody brought this up on the podcast Discord, and I love getting called out for something that I had nothing to do with. And the single comment here, this one right here. Are you talking about the weird, creepy-looking, balding old man with the glasses? Now, I have to assume that she's talking about me. You didn't mention the goatee, but the rest of it, you know what? Guilty. Except for the balding part, guys. I'm not bald, all right? I shave my head. I do armored fighting, all right? I'm wearing 15th century Saleh and a closed helm. And if you've ever worn a closed helm, the one thing that can never, ever, ever happen to you with a closed helm is hair getting in your eyes. Because guess what? You ain't getting it out. This is how you live now. And when you actually have on your padding, your coif, and a closed helm, you can't have hair, man. There's just no way. So I shave my head. It's a lifestyle choice. But for Vincent782, thank you very much for noticing. So this whole thing spun up from a tweeter post. Now, I don't follow a lot of people on the tweeter. It regularly feeds me people, but I don't really follow anybody. I don't have a lot of followers. I don't know, 400. And we seem to have a pretty good standoffish relationship. I don't say much, and they don't drop me. So I think that's kind of the alpha and omega for me on the whole tweeter thing. But this one came up. And what they were asking is how come AMP, the APY, is so low at 2%, 4%, and 4.3% respectively across the three staking pools. And somehow and they mentioned the APYs on Cosmos. Now, most of the audience, most of the podcasters, we're over here in the podcast. We're enjoying the high life. There's nothing wrong with that. But somehow this turned into a whole big thing. It turned into a whole big thing, and I got called out like three times in three times in the thread, man. Look, for the AMP folks that are left, I've already told you my mind on this. All right, I have explained everything. I've laid it out just flat, straight, boom. Opportunity cost of owning AMP is too high. Period. It's nothing personal. All right, it's nothing personal. I wish you nothing but the best. I really do. But the investment is no longer for me. It is not going to give me the highs and lows that I was enjoying while I was scalping the ever-loving hell out of it. And that's it. It's a quiet little niche stable token that's waiting for a market to develop. And that market is going to take years to develop. I've asked this question several times, never get an answer. Never, ever get, even from the most dedicated zealot over there, I'll never get that answer. Who are you building this for? And this is not an AMP thing. It's an AMP thing. It's an ACH. It's all pay rails. It's Solana Pay. It's every kind of pay rail. Digital pay rail, crypto pay rail. It is the same question. Who are you building this for? Who? Because the audience that you're building it for doesn't exist. Now, I'm a big fan of looking to the future. I am. This is where innovation comes from. But you're not going to do it on my dime and give me effectively less than the rate of inflation while you tinker and build your model. You're not going to do it on my dime. That's all it is. That's opportunity cost. It's too expensive to hold that token, period. And again, this applies to all of them. So kind of two schools of thought on this one, man. And again, I think you need to answer these questions before you shove more money in there. That's sunk cost bias or sunk cost fallacy. That's a whole different discussion. But there's basically two types of people who are going to use your product. One are crypto people. And I don't know about you. I don't speak for other crypto people. I don't care. Your money, your business, your train of thought, I don't care. But for me, I am not purchasing crypto to spend it, all right? I'm just not. I am not doing it to spend it. I don't buy utility tokens. I don't buy scale so I can use it to purchase donuts and ice cream. I don't do that. I have no intention of doing that. I will never do that. Maybe stable coins, maybe. I think you could have that argument. Why not spend a stable coin? But again, without heavily incentivizing somebody, without heavily incentivizing a consumer, the market doesn't exist. And this is even in crypto people. Now, the other side of this, the thing that everybody seems to be waiting for, this is the big one. This is the moonshot. This is what sets it off, is all of the other non-crypto worlds suddenly having availability of spending crypto that they are suddenly going to do it. Look, this is effectively 84% of the world are non-crypto people. Non-crypto people, 84% of the world. And it's not like it's hard to get. So I would make the argument that these 84% that you seem to be banking on don't want crypto. If they wanted crypto, they would have crypto. And they're not going to make excessive transactions over and over and over just for the niche opportunity to spend crypto. The problem that I have with these rails, and this applies to all of them, this is AMP, the ACA, Quant, this is all of them. The problem I have with these rails is that you are building in the wrong location, period. You are building, trying to turn crypto into currency, as opposed to building where crypto is currency. It is the only currency. That's called the DeFi. All right. This is the way crypto started. The DeFi. This is where it started before it started to become centralized through Coinbase and Uniswap and Polkadot and all of the centralized exchanges. It started out in the dregs. It started in the Wild West before there was such a thing. All right. Crypto started when during the westward expansion before the trains got there. That was crypto. All right, you didn't spend dollars, you spent gold, you spent silver, you spent what was available, but you didn't spend dollars. In the same way here in the DeFi, you spend gold or silver or the crypto equivalent of it, but you don't spend dollars because nobody wants it. However, what the DeFi desperately needs, is a fiat to crypto and a crypto to fiat gateway. Now, nobody is building this, and I gotta ask, man, why? If you are going to develop a product to move crypto to fiat to crypto, if you're going to build this product, why would you not build it where it's wanted? Why would you not build it where it's needed? If all of these are use case tokens, by the way, AMP, all of them, they are use case tokens. They derive their value through usage. And right now, I don't care what you think, they're not getting used much. They just aren't. So why don't you build where they're needed, where they are wanted, and where they are an absolute necessity because one doesn't exist here yet? Build it there. I promise you I'll buy your token, man. I will be your absolute strongest advocate. Your strongest advocate. I will go right back to making daily AMP videos talking about all the money that you're making and what a good idea it is and how necessary it is and how flawless and foolproof and how good the network is. I will do all of those things. But you're not. And ACH isn't. And wow, there were several. God, there were a lot of other pay rails, but none of them are doing this. And this is it's a universal thing, man. All right, it is a universal thing. We're going to see a new token launching, and we've had them on here a couple times. All the Jackal people, we will have them on again. We will drop you Jackal news as soon as it shows up. I'm super excited for Jackal because this is a product that's built on blockchain, not just another DEX, not just another clever way of moving money from A to B to C, but an actual product. And guess what you can do to pay for this product? You pay for it with Jackal. You pay for it with Jackal. Now, I didn't ask them, how are you guys processing these payments? How are you doing it? And but I promise you, next time we have him on, or next time Emery actually joins us, he's a busy guy right now, man. Taxes, he's doing the jackal economy. He's got a lot on his plate. But the question I would ask him right now is, who is processing these payments? You will accept Jackal for payment. So did you build your own payroll? Did you do something like that? And if not, who is going to be processing these transactions? Because I have some ideas. I have some ideas of who could do it if they would build out here. Now, Jackal is not even the first. There are several. You go to Alter, they kind of do the same thing. But this is going to be one of the early products that you are paying for, that you're paying for the product, including recurring subscriptions, and you can only pay with crypto. Now, how nice would it be if you had a single point payment processor for them? How about you go to Flexa, you pick Jackal, you send it, boom, processed. The key goes up to Jackal, they say you're good, and then that's it. How nice would that be? How nice would that be, considering that we are now talking about recurring monthly subscriptions, something that's going to happen over and over and over. They're having an estimate, Jackal's having an estimate of 20 to 30,000 users initially, and I absolutely believe it. So that is 20 to 30,000 additional transactions that can be processed every single month, and nobody's doing it. Nobody is doing it. You want innovation. I do, man. You want foresight. You want vision. You want all that stuff. Build it here. Build it here, because if you think Jackal's going to be the only one doing this, baby, you're dead wrong. I can name you 15 different products that are being built on blockchain, that are being built in the cosmos, that are going to have a subscription model, that are going to do the same thing. If you have the ability to do it, I think it is you are being just disrespectful to your investors if you don't go for it. You need to build where it is, where it's wanted. And again, man, I'm not lining up to spend scale at Amazon. I'm just not. I don't care. But I have no alternative to purchase Jackal. Now I care. Now I'd love a payment processing rail, single point click, boom, here you go, and off goes your money. That I would like to see. These products are coming. They are coming quick, and inside of the next 2 years, whoever gets here first, whatever payment processor gets here first, wins the DeFi, period. Wins the DeFi. Because when you have a captured audience, you go with what you got. I would love it to be Flexa. I would absolutely love it to be Flexa. They don't have any intention of doing it. And I know this for an absolute fact, not conjecture. I know it for an absolute fact because we lined up multiple products for them. We got them in the room together. We had the sits down, and they took a pass. Don't want it. This is not something that we want to get into. So as far as, and this does roll back to that Reddit thread because they kept coming down telling me how I don't understand AMP. Baby, I understand AMP, all right? I've digested that white paper. I can quote you the section. The way a priest can quote sections of the Bible, I can do it with the AMP white paper, man. I know this product. I know how it works. I know why it will work, and I also know why it will fail if you don't take action steps. So I'd be more than happy to have that discussion, man. Anybody wants to come on, you want to smack me around, babe, we'll bring you on the show. No problem. Bella at ThePodocasts.com. Send her an email. Tell her your beef. And get ready for me to absolutely pants you metaphorically on this show. Because if you're going to come at me, you better come correct. Anyway, I hope that was enjoyable. I see Belle grinning here. Did you like that, Belle? Did you like that?
I did like
the
that
monologue rant.
I did like that one. I'm really surprised you haven't gotten any +1s or +2s for that rant yet.
Well, it's not really a good rant. It's a rant that I've done before. So all I'm doing the YouTube thing. I'm just regurgitating rants. I got a lot more stuff that really upsets me, but it's not really the kind of show. I like to, do a positive show and show people how to make money. I like doing that. So that comes to the end of the monologue, Bell. Do we have any questions, comments, concerns, or observations?
We do have some questions. Yes. The first one comes from Old Man. Has Scott priced his box of Magic or Pokemon cards yet?
No. Are we going to keep talking? Is that going to be the new direction of the show? When is Scott going to price out the Pokemon, the first edition Pokemons and Magic? It's a freak occurrence, all right, but it's certainly not my all around focus on this. Right, I'll get to it. I kind of feel like John right now, Belle. is that I understand, and everybody did the work for me, so I understand that there's a lot of value there. I just haven't chased it down yet. I don't need it right now. I guess I'll just put it there. I don't need it right now. All right, things are generally going well, so I like rainy day funds. That sure sounds like a rainy day fund, so maybe we'll set it there. Bell, please carry on.
All right, last call. Scott, did you look into Radix?
No, and now I feel like I feel bad because I said I was going to. I was horsing around today on Canva. I don't know if you guys saw the new thumbnail. Did you guys see the new thumbnail for the live stream? I'm a huge fan of vintage movie posters. I'm just a huge fan. I'm a geek. All right, all the way down. And if there is one thing, I'm not a collector, but if there is one thing that I would collect, it would be vintage movie posters. I just love them. I love the emotion that gets drummed up into them. I like everything about them. And the fact that the movie poster can be so good and the movie can be so bad is astonishing to me. So I've always been a fan of that. They're thumbnails. That's what they are. These are thumbnails before there was such a thing as thumbnails, where these movie posters, you see it. Oh, my God, I have to see the Attack of the 50-Foot Woman. Look at that poster. That is amazing. They make it look great. So I'm a huge fan of that, so I've been playing around on Canva all day as opposed to doing the research on Radix, which I did say I will do. But I promise you Thursday, babe, I'll give you a full rundown on it. That's if I can get away from Canva. Man, God, it's fun. It's fun. The podcast is still looking for a graphics person. If you're a graphics person that can bring some vintage fit and feel to the thumbnails, I'll tell you what, man, it's a compensated position. So if this is something you could do, Bella at ThePodocast.com. We're happy to entertain it. So, Bell, please carry on.
Randy Q, is UST the closest to a total utility coin? Maybe also easy on and off ramp?
Could be. There's without getting too into the weeds. That's always the fun part, man. Every time that I do this and I show you guys videos, I always take you from Coinbase off and on ramp, and I use Coinbase. That is not the only way to do this. There are a lot of ways to do this, but I'm trying to. I'm kind of doing these as least common denominator. The people who simply refuse to move their money off from Coinbase, they don't trust wallets, they don't trust the DeFi, they don't trust any of that. So I tend to stick with what is simplest. But yeah, UST would certainly be a very, very good one, and we can manipulate that one a lot of ways. So yeah, there's a lot of ways that we can get it off and on that part. But what I was alluding to in the monologue was a DeFi version of a bank, basically. That's what we need, a DeFi bank, something like that, where we can do this at 0.3% as opposed to 3%, where we can hit our one-stop shop, put in this, put in pounds, get out Atom, put in Rowan, get out dollars, where we could do something like that, and that would be ideal. I would love to. That's what I'm holding out hope for. So until that happens, man, it's still going to be us finding new and interesting ways to manipulate the DeFi, because this product is not actually built yet. But I'll tell you what, anybody who really wants to get into crypto, I'd start there. I would start there, man. You got a do you have any idea how many hundreds of billions of dollars flow through the DeFi every month? Do you know?
Actually, this next question will allow you to illustrate that very point. You did it last night, but I'm not sure how. I don't think Armando was on the show last night. Armando is asking, where do we see all transactions done in osmosis?
Oh, I'm sure I've shown you before, man, but we'll pull it up again. If you want to see all transactions that are happening on Osmosis, and you're going to go right here to mapofzones.com, all one word. Mapofzones.com is going to take you right here, and you're going to see what I'm seeing. So these are all of the different networks and tokens that are available on Osmosis. And this thing right here, IBC transfers and blockchain transfers, this is how many transactions are happening or have happened on the IBC. So this number right here, 169,471, that's how many have happened in the last 24 hours, only on osmosis. Stargaze is really on a ride, though, Belle. Have you been looking at that one? Have you been seeing how much action has been happening over there on Stargaze?
Yeah, and I'm not sure why. I'm
Nah,
not
I
sure
don't
why
know.
it's
Let's
doing what
let's
it's
see what
doing.
the what the price is doing. I guess I'd be more curious about that. No, it's falling off. I guess all these transactions are people selling, but Stars has been hurting for about about the last 30 days. This is what you don't want to see. Now, I understand why they're dumping. There's another airdrop coming up, so everybody who was in is out. I dumped right around where were we at? I dumped right around here. So we were out just a little bit before the 1st of March. That was when the big airdrop was coming. I did a video on this, by the way, saying you need to get out of Stars. So I hope people took me seriously, because since then, in that airdrop and that second pump, it has just been absolutely down, down, down. And with another airdrop coming up, man, I don't see it recovering anytime real soon. But Map of Zones still shows an awful lot of transactions happening with Stars, but I'm thinking they're selling. I don't know, Belle. What do you think? When you see the price plummeting like that and you see that many transactions, it's a pretty good idea. You have a pretty strong idea what's going on with that. But yeah, 170,000 transactions. Let me see. What are we at? 170. I don't know. We'll call it 210. 250,000 between Osmos, Stargaze, and Cosmos over the last 24 hours. Over the last week, we got 1.3 million, 1.6 million, 1.9 million. We'll call it 2 million even. So 2 million transactions even over the last week. So if you want to see exactly precisely what transactions are occurring on the network, mapofzones.com, and it will illustrate it for you perfectly. I strongly recommend that you use this as a tool. Use it as a tool in your investment kit, man. Hype and emotion and all that other stuff still plays a factor in effectively everything. So there's no reason not to use every tool at your disposal. So that happens to be one of them. And I see a lot of Juno transactions too. But I also see that Juno price, man. That Prop 16 just wiped out confidence in this. It wiped out confidence in the community. It was hard to see. I'm still comfortable in it, man, but I got into Juno at like $8, $8.50. So it can do whatever the hell it wants, and I'm fine. You know, thanks. I'm good. It's okay to bleed once in a while. This is crypto. But yeah, man, I'm seeing a lot of those things, and I see that price kind of down along with everything else. So it's not concerning for me because I was in so early. When you get in that early and it goes up that much, doesn't really matter, man. It's not even a haircut at this point. It's just you're not up as much as you were. And with a 28-day staking period anyway, it's not like you can go anywhere. Anyway, Belle, please carry on.
All right, Shane, can you explain why blockchains like Jackal wouldn't process their own transactions? Why do we need something like Flexa for this?
You really don't, and I'm sure Jackal is going to process their own transactions. Patrick and Marston over there, Aaron, our very own Carnthus, like these sharp cookies, man. They know how to they know how to do it. So I'm certain that they are going to process their own transactions. The only reason that I would really look at something like this is one, it's going to come down to trust. I mean, it really is. And if there is a single email that you can send something to and say my transaction didn't go through, and this is a company whose sole purpose is to make sure that that transaction goes through, I think it puts a good face on it. I think it puts confidence in the buyers. And I would not mind seeing a central point for this. I really wouldn't. Something with a good, friendly web interface. I click Jackal, I hit pay, and I know it's taken care of. I would like to see something like that. Jackal doesn't need it, obviously, because nothing exists, and yet they're going to be going live. So they're going to make it work. But if it took work off their plate, if it took a problem off their plate and allowed them to focus solely on their product, and they were only paying this processor 0.3% per transaction, it seems like a good cost of doing business. And it takes the burden off the developer. They're not pay rails, man. All right, they're not building us pay rails. They're not banks. They're not any of these things. All right, they're building a product. So anything that would take that concern off their plate, I'd be a big fan of. I think it is necessary. So I hope that answered your question. I'm not saying I'm right, just my opinion. Bell, please carry on.
All right, old man, what about the Coinbase card using USDC? I mean, you wouldn't want to leave money on it, but when you're about to spend, I don't see the problem.
Yeah, stable coins. How do you get those stable coins? You know, there's two ways. There's two ways to get those stable coins. One, you spend fiat and you take a percentage and you get paid out in USDC crypto. And I'm not sure if they can do it, but Coinbase does have they do have their own little pay rail where you can convert your crypto to fiat or whatever, kind of like what BitPay does, kind of like what GreePay does. I mean, there's it's lots of ways to do it, but all of these things come with fees. That's kind of the kicker, and that's one of the things that I don't like. So for Coinbase, if you are just collecting rewards, the fees are all of the fiat you spend during the month to get that money. I could, and I think it's 3%. If I'm wrong, correct me, but I believe it's about 3%. Man, I get 4% on my Discover card. I'm just saying. So for me to make these same transactions and purchases and all that other stuff, I get 4% straight cash back on my Discover card. So it's niche, and I understand that people are doing it, man, but this isn't the blowout that we seem to be thinking it is, man, because all you're doing is you're getting cash. You're getting cash the same way I'm getting cash. You're putting it on a Coinbase card. Now, I don't have the card. I can't speak intelligently on this, but if it came from Coinbase, I think your name is on it. And if I'm mistaken there, please correct me. But I believe that your name's on that card. And if you're getting it through Coinbase, they also have all of your information, like your social security number and all that other good stuff. So everything you're doing is taxable. Every single thing that you're doing is taxable, the same way that your credit card rewards are taxable. Emery will confirm this. Don't believe me. Ask the tax man himself. So I understand where you're going with it. I do. I just don't see anything here that's special or beautiful or unique. That's it. I'll put it right there. However, I will tail back around that if you're going to spend crypto, spend stable coins. All right. I'll set my heels right there. I believe that you're correct, and I would be okay with that. Bell, please carry on.
Armando, Scott, do you keep track of every little transaction for tax purposes?
Honestly, man, I prefer not to answer that question. There's a reason I'm over in the DeFi. There's a reason that I'm on Secret Network, all right? Because the money chain ends at Secret. Going into this side of Secret, it's a mystery, all right? It's an unprovable mystery what's actually happening over there. Now, as a YouTube channel host, I'm going to tell you, when it comes to the IRS, you should give to the point of night sweats. All right, it should keep you up at night, bothered how much money you're peeling over to the IRS, because you are a straight up and honest guy, and I advocate for that. However, I'm in the DeFi, and I'm going to leave it right there, man. I will absolutely leave that right there. Do the right thing, pay your taxes. Here's for the IRS.
Hey, you.
Bell, please carry on.
All right, this next one is based on something you got started last night, so I totally blame you. John something wants to know when I'm going to play piano live for all of us.
Do you play piano? Oh, I didn't even know what the hell I was talking about last night. I tend to go, I'm very, very improvisational, and I forgot that I mentioned that. You didn't even hear it, did you? You weren't on the show, were you?
Oh, yes, I heard it. Yes, I heard it.
She's banging, wearing a corset with her big feathers and just banging away on a piano in a bordello. Well, I mean, it's your question, Belle, so you should be able to answer it. When are you going to play piano for everybody?
I will play piano for everybody when you play bagpipes for everybody.
I can play guitar. I can play saxophone, clarinet. I play a lot of woodwinds and guitar. That's all I really play. So I'll tell you what. I'll work up the bagpipes. We'll do a little duet here, and we'll do Crimson and Clover. How about that? We will do a duet of Crimson and Clover with Belle on piano and me on the bagpipes. I think that would be epic. Somebody asked me to do a Kramer, because I like to do those little funny segments. And somebody asked me, he asked me to do a Kramer. So I'm looking for a place to set it. I'm looking for a place to set it up. I think I'd be excellent at it. I would be very, very good at that. And I would have so much fun with that, man. I would just die. I would just absolutely die playing around with that. So we're working on it. All right, let's just say that we're working on it. Now we can't do it as a live segment. There's no way, but I can set it up. I can record it. I can edit it, and I will play it as a break segment on the show. So for those of you who want to see that, I will do it. I'll tell you what, I'll have the sweaty pit stains. I'll have the shirt. I'll have the tie that's all ripped down. And I will smash coffee cups with bats, and I'm just going to have a ball telling you how to spend your money, but not how I spend my money. I think that's what's important when you're doing Kramer Bell. Please carry on.
And MJ, thank you so much for hitting us with the $5 super chat.
MJ, thank you. And guys, I know you've all been here before, and you know how it works, all right? Your money doesn't go to me. None of this goes to me. It goes to Belle. So I don't pay her. She does this literally out of the goodness of her heart, and because we have so much fun doing it. We've been doing radio and different channels for years and years and years, but we've never actually been in a position that we earned any money doing it. Period. For years, I mean 5, 6, 7 years, we've been hacking away on here. We've never made a nickel. So this was the first place. And you know what? Belle carried me for years. So it seems only right that she gets the dosh. So I don't pay her. You guys pay her. Just to keep in mind, it's not coming to me. All right. Look, I don't need your money. All right. I'm doing good. Belle, please carry on.
Last call. Scott, one more question. How does TVL work?
How does TVL work? Well, it's TVL is we call it total value locked. So TVL is effectively, what's a good place to check this? Take a good look at this one. Well, we can do it a couple places. If we came over here to pools on osmosis, you guys see those big ass numbers right there? That $550 million, $343 million, $132 million in those top three pools. That's lock value. All right. This is money that has been put in and that is in fact committed. So part of the pricing of the token has to go into cash reserves. These are effectively cash. 560 is down to 102. I didn't even look at it. Who put that up to me? I'm sorry, I should have had third screen up, huh? Who kicked that up there and said that 102? So I'm 102 plus 118%. You know what? It's still a great pool. I don't care what you say, man. It's still just an absolute dynamite pool. Your staked UST and Osmo, stable token, getting 118% if you go for 14 days and pick superfluid. APR is important. You guys hear me go on and on and on talking about this, how much I like high APRs. And nobody ever seems to hear the caveat that I put with this. High APRs in good projects is very much it's very, very important to me. High APRs and good projects. And 560 is my Alamo. It's always going to be my Alamo. I will ride that one happily with a big smile on my face all the way down to 30%, because even collecting 30% is shockingly good for the volatility of these tokens, and they don't have much. So it's not my only one. You know what? This is what's been covering me. As you guys see that I have just about the same amount. I got about $7,000 here. I got about 5,200 here and 629. And as 560 goes down, 629 goes up. So I'm finding a nice. We got about 120 there, 140 there, 260. So I got about 130% APR between those two big pools. I am happy is what I'm saying. 130% APR on solid tokens with absolute solid investments. And I'm a big fan. So that is, in fact, the caveat. It's not all about the APR. It's about the APR in the good projects. Just want to make sure that we're all crystal clear on this one. Belle, please carry on.
All right, and Mike just hit us with a $10 super chat.
Belle, boy, you're making money tonight, huh? You're gonna be moving up to. I know you did well last night. And that's tough. I'll tell you what, it is tough. I couldn't even drink my apple juice. I couldn't hit my cigarette. I had to take breaks. I've never had to take breaks, man. This is just absolutely nuts. Anyway, Belle, please carry on, man.
The Del Medina Juno Osmo Pool 497 opinion.
Anything that's pairing those things up, we'll take a look here. 497. Now, this is not one that I'm in. But there, please don't 497 Juno Osmo. Where the hell is it? Okay, there it is. You're talking about Juno and Osmo, man. Now, the kicker with this is the fact that Juno is going to have a lot more volatility than Osmo is. Now, these are AMAs, all right? They're automatic market makers. So the arbitrage opportunities are going to be occurring in this pool right now. I assure you that they are doing, and people are taking little bits of haircuts. Not a lot, 0.5%, 1%. But the arbitrage on one of these is going to beat you up. Now, if you really, really, really want to get into a pool with Juno, my strongest recommendation is this one right over here. Let me show you why. sifchain-dex.forbull.com. If you come over here to pools and you look at the Juno pool here, this is what's fun about this one. You see that APR? Are you guys seeing that numbers for the Rowan Juno pool? You see that 300% APR? Now, you're not putting it in with Osmo, but Rowan has been so remarkably stable, likely, in my opinion, because it was so close to the bottom. I mean, Rowan was one that just, it came in with, it did an IBC almost, and if, we'll show it to you guys right here. So this one came in just gangbusters and fell to just wonderful all-time low. So at one time in early October, this was the height of the runaway crypto market. We were all making a fortune. It was great. But 48 cents, and at its low point, I think it fell down to about 6-ish something. Let's just call it about 6-ish. So with that much fall off, there's no wonder that the token is it came in with a bang, went out with a whimper. It's just it. But SIF chain was still being developed. All right, there was nothing up. Nothing was up. All right, so people were investing in air, and when you invest in air, you get scalped, absolutely scalped, and this is what happened to most of those people over there. But this also applies to this little number right here, which is exactly what we were talking about, is total value. So with this one having $70 million locked into it now, $70 million locked into it, the token is going to gain more stability because of all the locked value that goes along with it. You guys do understand this, right? So if you want to get into a Juno pool, this is the one that I would recommend. I'm not in it, but I will be. That's why I feel okay. I don't feel disingenuous saying it, because I'm rolling my rewards over there. I'm starting to get in, man. How can you not? All right, Juno's low, Prop 16, bomb that token down a good 15, 18%. So I think that it's a good buying opportunity. Look at where it is right now. Look at where Rowan is at $32. That can't be right. Hey God, I'm sorry, Juno, did it fall that damn low? This is how often I look at Juno. $32. I'll be damned. So with Juno falling off that much, Rowan holding a very, very good stable point, and the fact that they will pay you 300% to put into this, jumping into Juno, where I consider it, honestly, I consider that about where it should be. I can't cheerlead this one too much, man. It's a great product, but it's a permissionless product, and I'm seeing more and more of these damn meme dog tokens showing up over there because when you build it, they will come, but everybody will come. And when you don't charge admission like Juno does, permissionless, you're gonna get some rats in the stand. So I think that some of this is gonna shake out. However, we'll go back to third screen. If you're going to roll your Juno, I'd put it right here. That's exactly where I'd park it. I'd be happy to. I'm unbonding mine right now. It takes 28 days. But when it's unbonded, boom, it's going in there. 300%. Couldn't be happier. Bell, take it away, please.
All right, and Gustav Smith hit us with a $25 super chat saying, my signal sucks swamp water tonight, so I have to catch the rerun. I'm only getting about 5 seconds out of each minute. Oh, well, definitely watch the replay, Gustav. And thank you so much for that $25 super chat. Armando, on the other hand, asks the question, when does the APR go up or down?
Oh, it changes constantly, man. A lot of stuff goes into the APRs over here on Osmosis, man. Lock value, usage, anticipate. A lot of stuff goes into these. So these numbers will change constantly. Honestly, by the start of my stream and the end of my stream, I will see percentages over here change. They change all the time. There's a lot of factors that go into it. This is more of an Emery thing. We didn't get him on tonight. Emery could certainly clarify all of it a lot better than I can. So we're going to table that question. Hopefully we can get Emery on Thursday and he can talk it up for you. But they're generally, they don't fall off like overnight. It's not one of those you're in at 150 and the next day you're in at 38. They tend not to do that. I've seen some do it. I've seen some of these just absolutely bottom out of nowhere. Wawa. Remember that? Remember how happy everybody was? And the next day that thing was just down. So I have seen them fall off, but generally not that much. They tend to have some stability. Now, you look at over here at pool number 1, and I didn't have third screen up again, but if you take a look over here at pool number 1, 55.59, this thing has been a roller coaster, but it's been a nice, steady, predictable decline. That's where you want to see it. With all of the value that is locked into pool number 1. And again, we're talking about $550 million. I want you guys to think about that for a second. This is $550 million that is locked into a single liquidity pool on Osmosis, pool number 1. That pool has more value than 90% of the tokens that are in existence in a fully liquidated state. That pool has more value than the bulk of these tokens. All right. So honestly, even though the APR seems low over here on Cosmos, that's the only place that's low. Anywhere else, that is fantastic. And to have $550 million locked into it, and they're still paying you 55%, and it is, in fact, a superfluid staking, so you're talking 55, 65, 71%. 71% on a liquidity pool that has $550 million of value locked into it. It's how does this message not spread better, Bell? I've made video after video, man, and our views are down to nothing. I mean, I make a video, and I'm happy to get 200 views. I'm thrilled with it. But how do you not message this? And then you still come over to these jagoffs you still come over here to these jagoffs over here that are literally bashing it. I mean, they're literally standing up. Here you go, crypto wits. What Cosmo is doing is very similar to what the Fed Reserve is doing with money printing. Eventually, Cosmos will run out of coins and the rug pull will happen with Cosmos, and the Cosmos holders will at that point stop posting about easy money. This is what they see. This is the belief. This is where they are. I come over here and show you pools that have $1 billion locked into them with these top 3 pools. Pool 1, pool 560, pool 561 has, don't pin my ears back, I'm rounding up a little bit, but there's $1 billion sitting in those 3 pools. $1 billion sitting in those pools. Depreciating returns, yes, because these are inflationary tokens. Absolutely. And the one part that he was kind of right is that these things are printed from air. All right. That is the tokenomics of it. That's the way it works. All right. They make them show up. Boom. But these aren't fiat tokens. All right. There is a cap, and that's the way it works. So the way that they're drolled out, leaked out, fauceted out, this is all part of the inflationary tokenomics that allow these things to grow and maintain their value. $1 billion staked right there. But if you go over to the AMP, Reddit, it's a rug pull. It is a rug pull. I cannot have these discussions anymore. I just refuse to. I absolutely refuse to. And the Discord was behind me on this one. They wanted me to put out the AMP video and counter it, but we're not even speaking the same language, man. It's not even it's not even a matter of the same sport or to be able to make a comparison to compare AMP to an entire ecosystem, man. It is there is no comparison here. And honestly, if that's the way you're thinking, I can't help you. There's nothing I'm going to say that you would believe. Period. Doesn't matter. So sit in your hole, sit in your cave, stare at the shadows, give them whatever reality you want to give them to. But when end of the day comes around, this is my reality. All right. And I honestly shouldn't even have to explain it. Bell, please carry on.
Question from Toot. Is there another live stream on Thursday?
You can answer that, Belle. If you can do it, I can do it.
There is definitely going to be another live stream on Thursday. And Leanson, this one's for you. Yes, it's going to be at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Same time as always.
Leanson, did you look at the thumbnail that I put up for this very live stream? I put your name on it, babe. Upper right-hand corner. Nobody looks at the thumbnails, but you should really read them. I literally put your name on this one. 1900 Central, the same as it's always been. You're a channel moderator, and you don't even know when we go live. We have fun. Belle, please carry on.
All right, Neil, aka Microman. Even this terrible decline will recover my amp loss well within the year and then some. How could I not be happy?
Why don't you answer? Take this one, Belle. I always answer the questions. Why don't you explain this from a psychological perspective?
You know what? You should be happy. If you're not happy about recovering your losses from AMP, there is something seriously wrong with you, and you need professional help. I am not qualified to give said professional help.
I am Dr. Scott. I mean, I got the it's framed on the wall. All right. I am literally Dr. Scott. So in order to give advice to anybody, you have to have letters after your name. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I do, in fact, have letters after my name. But I never found the, I don't know. You want to call it the intellectual track? I never found it that financially rewarding. And not to seem materialistic, but I'm incredibly materialistic, man. I'd rather have money than not have money. I would rather have it than not need it. So we went into the trades because, sorry, that's where the money is. But what you're suffering from, and we talked about this last night, I had such a good time going over that, is the sunk cost bias or the sunk cost fallacy. And so much of the crypto world, not the crypto world, man, the investment world in general, is just absolutely buried into this, man. And it is 100% a psychological condition, man. And you know what? We got to deprogram you, man. That's almost what it is. It's like deprogramming a cultist. You know, you have to set them down, and you have to read the same message over and over and over and over and over before it finally sinks in, and you see the shadows fade from their eyes, and suddenly they say, "My God, what have I been doing with my life?" So that's kind of what we do here at the podcast. And you know, crypto's been good to us. YouTube has not, but crypto's certainly been good to us. But you know what? If I have to do it one person at a time, I will do it one person at a time. You are going to absolutely recover your losses from AMP. Math is on your side. Time is on your side. You're in solid projects with good upward mobility, good trajectories. Look at their roadmaps. Read their white papers. I don't have to sell this to you. All right? It sells itself. Go and read, learn, grow, find out what you need to find out to make you comfortable in your investments. Don't take my word for it. Why the hell would you take my word for anything? You don't know me. You don't know my motives. All right? I don't know all of your, I don't know everything about you either. I could never give somebody financial advice without knowing everything. What's your debt ratio? What's your debt to income ratio? What do you pay for your house, your car? What is your lifestyle? How much do you earn? Without me knowing any of these things, how the hell could I possibly recommend an investment for you? What maniac would do that aside from effectively 95% of YouTube? Who could do that to somebody? But it's this very stuff. And you notice how I said stuff there, Belle? I caught myself. You
did.
That was I know that was a quick audible on that one too. It's how many people get. They just absolutely stick these people and bury them in, and then they come back in and reinforce bad messages over and over and over to where sunk cost bias is like a badge of pride, man. You like wear it on your chest. I DCA'd today. I'm proud. I can't wait to do it again, and I will ride this right down into zero righteously, flying that big ass jet right into the mountain, and I will feel good when I zero out. I ain't got the words, man. There is nothing I'm going to be able to say to you that is going to change that kind of mindset, all right? That is sunk cost bias. Sunk cost fallacy. And it affects every element of the investment world, man. How many people hold on to bad real estate? I wish John was on, because I guarantee you the guy knows the business now, absolutely knows the business. But I guarantee you when he started out, he held on to properties that he should not have held on to. He sold too early. He bought too high. Everybody goes through it. And once you're there, and you know, man, because the more time you put into something, the more you believe that it's undervalued. There's just no way, because you have to account for your time. Your time has to be compensated for. So if you're spending all this time on a token and reading it and learning it, and you bought too damn high and now it's sitting too damn low, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Your brain is going to tell you that it will come out, but it's not your brain telling you that, man. That's your heart. And you don't invest with your heart. If you invest with your heart, you are literally riding the plane right into the mountain and feeling good about it. Yeah, don't do that, man. Just stay away from it. So I'm sorry, go back to the original question. Yeah, man, you're going to get your money back. You will absolutely get your money back. Time is on your side. Patience is on your side. Be in good projects and be in them smartly. All right? You don't have to DCA over here in Cosmos. That's the funny thing about it, man. Your APR is your daily DCA. Your staking percentages are your daily DCA. You don't have to pull money out of the bank to DCA in Cosmos. All right? It happens organically. Absolutely organically, because believe it or not, guys, you're still early. You are still early over here in Cosmos. I talked too long. Bell, take it away, please.
All right, question from MJ. Anything new you're looking at, Scott and Bell, that hasn't been mentioned yet?
Yeah, I'm still. I'm. I want to be Leonidas. All right, I'm going to stand at the hot gates with my shield and my spear, and I'm going to take the brunt of this. So I've been putting more and more money out into a lot of these crazy crow apps, chasing down some of these big APRs, man. But until I am comfortable that these things are going to be reliable, that you're going to earn well with them, I'm not going to talk about them. I am absolutely not going to recommend that you take risk that you don't have to. Stay in Cosmos. All right, stay in Cosmos. Stay in Pool 560 with 118% APR and a stable token. There's nothing wrong with that, man. Time is still on your side. The only reason that I do it is that I am pushing out into some of these other crazy, where the West is even wilder. The only reason I'm doing that is because I do a YouTube channel and I need additional things to talk about. But it'd be very hard for me to recommend anybody take this kind of risk. Take the kind of risk that I'm taking, all right? It's not my money, guys. None of it is my money. I am not taking my wallet out, putting on my credit card and buying this stuff. I'm using APRs. I'm using stakes. I'm using rewards. I am using house money. And when you use house money, your risk level gets huge. Because what does it matter? You zeroed out. Oops. Not why. You know what? It didn't even cost me a dinner. Didn't even know that it happened. There's some opportunity cost to it because now I'm not earning 118% on the money that I just zeroed out in, going for 1,700% APR. So there is some opportunity cost, but I keep saying I'm going to make it up on YouTube, Bell. Remember, how many times we had this conversation? I keep saying I'm going to make it up on YouTube eventually. Will be a thing. You know, we'll have the 25,000 subscribers. We'll get a nice regular income from YouTube. And then I can just dump all of that money into these absolute crazy investments. But that's never going to happen. I've kind of accepted that. So, again, as far as the new projects, I'm going into them, guys, because I'm a YouTube person. If I was not a YouTube person, I wouldn't be touching them. Not with your money. Wouldn't do it. Bell, please carry on.
All right, and MJ's following up, going, yeah, he'd like to hear from me if I have anything. We do have a couple things in the work that, I am not going to spoil the surprise on what I'm working on quite yet, but I promise you guys, I do have a project that I'm working my tail end off on, have for several months, and it's going to be worth it in the long run. Now, we got a really awesome comment from Melanated Frequency Channel. You guys are great. I love your take on crypto, and thanks for your input on getting the best bang for the buck on osmosis. Cheers.
That's wonderful. I'm sorry, what was the name? Melanated Frequency Channel?
Yes.
That sounds like an actual YouTube channel. Are you an actual YouTube channel? Because if you're out doing this stuff, talk to Belle. We can collaborate. I don't even know what you're into. Doesn't matter. I'm just a fun guest. And anybody who has a little bit of skill on the microphone, I'm happy to have them on my program. So if if it's not, you're just a cool name. I respect that, man, because that's a pretty cool name. Belle, please carry on.
That was actually the last question for the moment.
My goodness, guys, we got 5 minutes left, and you have nothing else you need to ask me. Nothing else that you're just a little bit curious about. Nobody mentioned the thumbnail. I worked hard on that. I understand it's still very basic, man. Graphics are not my gift. As we alluded to at the beginning of the show, we would love to have a graphics person over here at the podcast that could give me some nice 50s themed thumbnails that you could build on Canva so that I could edit them. This would be a paid position, by the way. So we'll just pay Belle less and you'll get a piece of it. We'd just love to have something like this. And you know why? Because 2 reasons. 1, I love those things. Again, I would collect them if I could. But 2, because nobody else is doing it. That's really all it is. We've never done what other people do. We've never done that on this channel. We kick out daily videos, man, and it's tough sometimes, all right? It is absolutely tough. I don't just read what happened and give you my opinion. I don't do that. I give you a custom opinion on everything that's on my mind at the time. We don't just show you charts and tell you, yeah, it's going to go up. Look here, man. You see the 3 hanging man and the wise oracle on the mountain, and that means that you need to invest all your money right now. We don't do that, all right? That is easy. That is low-hanging fruit, and that's big audiences and people who are about to get scalped because they believe it. And we've never actually done that. But so if we're not doing a YouTube channel the way anybody else is doing a YouTube channel, it seems fitting that we should have thumbnails that are unlike anything else that people are using on YouTube. It just goes with the motif of the show that we have nothing going on. Belle, did we get anything, or are you going to talk us out of here?
We did actually get a couple more. DJ Flexa joining us late. Who called you out on Reddit?
I don't know, man. Are you over there on that thing? Let me see. CryptoWits started the whole thing, and somebody called me the creepy old bald guy, or something like that. I don't know, man. That was harsh. But the whole thing started from this little post right there. So if anybody is over on the AMP Reddit and actually likes me, if you could defend me a little bit, man, I'd appreciate it. I'm banned. I can't post on the site. So they banned me, and I'm on like double secret banning. I can't even really make a fake account without. I have a very specific writing style, and you can't really change your writing style. And so they're gonna know it's me. So I'm on like double secret ban. But yeah, man, they were just beating the hell out of this, beating the hell out of Cosmos, and I got called out in here a couple times. I'd love some defense, man, because I'm not allowed to do it myself. Belle, please carry on.
All right, Melanated Frequency Channel again. I love the thumbnail. How long do you think SIFT will carry the juicy APR?
Oh, there's a couple rumors going around on that one. 3 to 4 weeks, that'd be my guess. So, and that seems to be relatively solid. So, you got about 3 to 4 weeks to still capitalize on it. Now, I am going to pop back over here to SIFT for just a second to show you. This is the, by the way, this is the YouTube wallet. Most of my money, interestingly, I have 60% of all of my money. That's my non-YouTube wallet, is sitting right over here on SIFT, man, because 300% APR and chasing down stable tokens. But one of the great things about this one, and we'll pull it here and illustrate it, is the fact that I can remove liquidity. So this one is only 100% APR, and I only got like less than $1 in it, so it doesn't really matter. But none of these are locked. All right, you can pull liquidity at any time. So if I come over here and I hit remove liquidity and I say 100% and I remove liquidity and I confirm it, you're about to see 4 Rowan that is going to show up right over here in my wallet, because I'm pulling out the Rowan and my balance will have 50 cents, so about half a die, so about 45 cents. But let's put it up, let's refresh it and see if my Rowan will actually update with the additional 4 Rowan that should be in there now, because we just unstaked and it went back over here to my SIFT wallet, and no, it's not showing up. Okay, hang on. We'll pull it up. They got some UI issues going on the site, man, but don't let that break your heart. So yeah, there we go. So I have an additional 4.5 Rowan that showed up right there in my available status. So yeah, you can remove liquidity whenever the hell you want to. So it is one of these. This is one of those things, man. It's never too late to jump into one of the 300% APRs because you can jump in for 12 hours. You could jump in for a couple days. Doesn't matter. They don't care. Put it in, lock it, and take it out at your leisure. So that's another one of the reasons that I really, really love SwiftChain. I'm sorry. Bell, please carry on, and we are at time. So if you got any other questions, lightning round, and off we go.
There are 3 more. Felipe with the first one. Is there any specific news for this little dip in Osmo? Good opportunity, though.
Always good opportunity, man. Look, this thing, if it wiggles 10%, man, that's crypto. And I'm not sweating it, not concerned, not even the least little bit. Most of my money's in Osmo. You guys see my wallet. Bell, carry on.
Neil, aka Microman. I know we've touched on this on the Discord, but is Agoric a project to watch for the future?
I need more time to answer that question. I'm sorry, but ask me again on Thursday. Ask me again on Thursday. So, Bell, please carry on.
Mike, I wasn't able to find any new videos on SIF. Any idea where to find them?
SwiftChain is actually kicking out their the SwiftChain developers are actually kicking out their own videos now. I'll tell you what, next time we do them, we'll link them up so you guys can see their videos. It's one of the reasons that I'm not sharing SwiftChain news and pushing out on that because they're doing it themselves. And I've never been a backbencher. I absolutely refuse to be a backbencher. If it's not original thought that came from me, I'm not going to put it out. So they're doing their own. They're doing their own press now. So I'm more than happy to allow them to do it. But we will search out the videos and we will link them to you. Bell, do we got anything else, or was that it?
Oh no, we've got 2 more last minute ones. Fat Cat 8 Dog. If you could only have 5 wallets, what would it be?
Only have 5 wallets. What would it be? There they are. You see it? I see it. Bell can't see it, but I can see it. I actually have about a dozen wallets, but the ones that I could use most effectively, the reason that I need some of these things, I absolutely need Kepler. I absolutely need Terra Station. I absolutely need Crypto.com. MetaMask I need because Rowan, or I'm sorry, because of SwiftChain, and Phantom. So those are the wallets that I need. Those are the ones that I use the most. So Bell, was that it, or are we all done here?
One more. MJ wants to know if he can make your thumbnails into NFTs on Stash.
Take them, babe. You can right-click, download copy. You know what? Send me an email. I will literally send them over to you. Turn them into NFTs. I'm happy to do it, man. And this is me trying to get creative. I'm going to do an AMP video tomorrow just because I spent all day tinkering with a 50s retro AMP thumbnail, and I want to put it out. So, dude, yes, I know, MJ, you're kicking out. I know you got your own chain of NFTs. If you would, I'm happy to talk you up, man, all right? Your family. So I'm happy to point people in your direction. But yeah, man, if you want to take our newer thumbnails, turn them into NFTs, you have my approval. That's all I got for tonight, guys. I had a ball. We will be back on Thursday. We will continue the thing. I would go live every single night if we actually had an audience. If we were turning out people that wanted to watch us every night, I assure you I would go live every night. And honestly, man, I don't care. If I had 10 people, I'd be good with that. It's a home life balance. Anybody who's married, I don't have to elaborate. You know what I'm talking about. But I would do this every single night. You guys are the reason we do this. Can't thank you enough. Bell, please take us out, talk us up, and I've had a ball. Go.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, those of you who joined us on this live stream tonight, we do seriously appreciate each and every one of you guys being here. Again, you guys were asking fantastic questions. We sincerely could not do this without you guys. You guys are amazing. Again, we're going to be back on Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. In the meantime, if you guys have any comments, questions, concerns, feel free to drop Scott or I an email, bella@thepodcast.com or scott@thepodcast.com, and we'll get your questions answered. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, we hope you have a fantastic week.
We are dropping new videos and podcasts every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And be sure to look for us on Instagram, Twitter, and Parler at ThePodocasts. Also, visit our page at ThePodocasts.com, all one word, for all of our most current content.